So this ATST is also moving up.
Hey, so I just caught this at the last minute here. It looks like they just started. Let me link my stream here. So it looks like this is an LCQ game between Goblinguide and Yamaneko, Lion versus Scorpion. I'll have to change my stream title real quick. Alright, title should update in a minute there. So we see an honored general and a Bayushi manipulator. Looks like they both use the storehouse also. And the Scorpion player is going to find the Art of War for his first province, contesting the Fire Ring. And it looks like we're seeing a defense here. So Goblinguide is going to defend this and get the Keeper Fate, it looks like. Let me pull up the deck lists. Whoops. Alright, so this is top 16. We have still waiting to see what Scorpion does there. We have Lion on Crane Splash, 1 Noble Sacrifice, 2 Voice of Honor. So Voice of Honor is actually active right now because of this Honored General. And yeah, Scorpion's just going to pass and give Goblinguide the Keeper Fate. Goblinguide has a reasonable amount of conflict characters, so if he has a Steward of Law or an Ageless Crone, we might see him play that to do an attack here. So it looks like he's running the Political Rival Steward of Law for Shame package. 1 Master of the Spear is interesting. Other than that, nothing too special. Hey, Nightcrawlers. Scorpion is on Lion Splash. Looks like we're just going to see him pass through all of their conflicts here. Goblinguide is going to get the Imperial Favor. So not a whole lot happening this turn. Yeah, Goblinguide says, what is this turn 1? So Scorpion on Lion Splash, we have Legion of 1, Ready for Battle, Ageless Crone, the full 10 conflict characters from Scorpion, 2 Goblin Sneaks, no Kachikos, interestingly. Cunning Magistrate. So this is an interesting Scorpion deck. I don't think I've seen one like this before. He's going, I guess, the Drop Bear style of Scorpion deck, the full 10 conflict characters and then a lot of holdings. But I've never seen Lion Splash, so that should be interesting. Let me move this. Okay, so turn 2, we're going to see a Sinister Soshi and an Akoto Genso flipping another one. So we could see that one get played also. He also has a Gifted Tactician. Not much reason to play the Spirit Caller at this point. Okay, so we see Yamaneko play Shosuro Miyako. So this character is interesting. After you play a conflict character from your hand, your opponent must select one, discard one card at random, or choose and dishonor a character he or she controls. So with the amount of conflict characters in the Scorpion player's deck, we're going to see this ability go off a few times, I imagine. We see the Steadfast Samurai played, and he's going to bid 4 against the Scorpion's bid of 6 with the Manipulator. And then after the box, he'll be up 4 honor. So I think the Lion player will probably want to claim the Airing this turn, so that he'll have enough honor to keep this Steadfast Samurai around. The problem with Steadfast Samurai in this matchup is that Scorpion is going to continuously just steal back 1 honor a turn with the box. So, okay, so we see a Cloud the Mind on the Honored General. I might have wanted to see that saved for the Spirit Caller. Of course, he could just break this province, but any Spirit Caller that gets played could have been probably a better target for that Cloud the Mind. Although the Honored General is staying around for an additional 2 turns after this, so it's still good value on that. We'll see what province he flips this time around. So he hits Manicured Garden, contesting the Void Ring. We're going to see a defense, and with political favor, he's defending with 2 here. However, the Soshi could be used to bring him down to 1. So we see Manicured Garden used to gain a fate. We'll see if the Scorpion wants to do something. So he's going to play a Court Games to honor his Baishi Manipulator. So that's interesting. Okay, so the forced reaction on Steadfast Samurai actually happens when the Fate phase begins. So the honor from the Manipulator leaving play won't prevent that. Even though the Scorpion is first player. We see a counter Court Games to honor the Steadfast Samurai. So we see a force shame. I don't see it in the discard pile yet. Yeah, so the ready for battle comes out. That's what I thought was about to happen. Um, to ready the Steadfast Samurai. So let's look at the hand size. 14 to 13. So both players have a lot of cards, but we're gonna see them both pass. Scorpion's just gonna let Lion win that one. So I think this is where we see the air attack from Lion. So we do see the air attack. He finds meditations. So that unfortunately means that this Gunso is going to get voided anyway. Now, both of these Lion characters have pride. So Scorpion would actually really like to win this conflict, if he can, to dishonor both of those. We'll see if he defends. The problem is the Lion box is giving them both +1, so he's going up to 6. Sinister Soshi could bring it back down to 4. So you still need more cards. We could also see a charge for the Gifted Tactician. It wouldn't be the best use of charge, but it would allow you to draw another card if you win the conflict. So Scorpion does not defend. So we'll probably see meditations. Oh, so we see a charge to bring in the Soshiro actress. Shosuro. Actress. So attacker is still winning, but not breaking. So maybe you just use box now, although if you have charge, you want to do that before you box. So we do see charge on the Gifted Tactician. So this Shosuro actress is going to be able to bring back a Death Seeker. And he does have his military conflict left. So that will be interesting. Has to be during a conflict. So yeah, probably all that will do is get him an extra 2 skill. Since he'll have to attack with the Miyako or a conflict character. So Lion is going to win the conflict, and he ends up getting a lot out of that. So the province breaks, both of the Gunsos get honored because of their pride, and the Gifted Tactician draws him a card. And we see a Voice of Honor to cancel it. Okay, so this is really good. So he played a For Greater Glory. The Scorpion player attempted to use Forged Edict to cancel it, but the Lion player had a Voice of Honor to cancel the cancel. So the For Greater Glory does go off, so all of these characters are going to be sticking around till the next turn. And then he resolves the airing, taking 1 honor. So now he's also in range to keep this Steadfast Samurai around. So we see an unassuming Yojimbo played. So this will allow him to covert the honored general. Oh, right, and so Miyako's ability gets triggered when he plays the conflict character, and the lion player decides to dishonor the gifted tactician. So we'll see the Yojimbo attack here. The lion could have a conflict character. Let's see what his conflict characters are again. Master of the Spear wouldn't be the best place to play that, but we could see it. Steward of Law, I guess, would prevent the break. So initiating the Earth Ring. Goblinguide is just going to not do anything. And letting this break is actually not bad for Lion because you get the 3 cards. He is going to lose 1 honor. Still in that 5 honor range to keep the Steadfast Samurai alive, so that's good. We see him discard a fine katana at random. So now, Scorpions used both conflicts. So I imagine we'll see this honored general just attack. You either attack, the only 2 rings left are fire and water. Water has a fate on it, but it doesn't really do much other than give you that fate. Fire will let you honor somebody. Of course, you could hit Pilgrimage here. Okay, he hits Shameful Display, which is not... So I think what you want to hit there is Secret Cache, because Pilgrimage and Shameful Display are both pretty bad. This is going to let the Scorpion player honor his Miyako and dishonor the honored general. So I might have just gone Water Ring, since you know there's a good chance you won't win anyway, and you just get the fate. Oh, wow. So because he broke that province and discarded the Spirit Collar, he is able to bring it back with the Actress. So we can actually see the Spirit Collar used to bring back the Hiroe here, and then he can pull someone in and dishonor them. Additionally, the Shameful Display honor, if you honor Hiroe and he leaves at the end of the conflict, is going to get rid of the Steadfast Samurai. So this is actually a really strong play. Yeah, so we do see the Hiroe come out from the Scorpion player. And we are going to see the Shameful Display. So yeah, knowing that Scorpion could have done that, I think you should have actually just passed your conflict as Lion. Because now the other thing this is going to do is it's actually going to give Scorpion the Imperial favor, because he'll have the standing Miyako. So this, I think, is actually a really big mistake from Lion attacking here. Of course, we still have to see what's in his hand. He could have a card here that would help him win this. He did just draw 3 off of the Art of War. So we could see the Steward of Law into, it would have to be 2 for shames. And no, he's just going to pass. So Scorpion player gains 1 honor. He dishonors the Gunso. And then we'll see Scorpion claim the Imperial favor here. So both players are going to have a pretty big board going into next turn. You know, I don't think we actually saw the Soshi's ability get used that turn. I could be wrong. So we see Ikoma Eiji being bought for the Lion player. So that could bring back either the Death Seeker or the Steadfast Samurai, if that ability goes off. It's also some much needed political skill on this board. Unfortunately, another Spirit Collar gets flipped onto the Broken Province, so he'll already be down 2 Spirit Collars. But we do also see 2 Keeper Initiates. And Lion is first player. So we might see Lion go for a big fire conflict and try to get these Keepers out. Okay, I had to step away there for a second. So, no, you didn't freeze. Looks like they're just thinking about what they want to do. Lion. Yeah, so this is probably going to be the big military attack from Lion. Ooh, he finds Rally to the Cause. So that conflict's going to get flipped to political there. So yeah, Rally to the Cause in the row is something you see against Lion sometimes. So I'm guessing he has Pilgrimage under the Stronghold, probably. And then this one will be Secret Cache. So Scorpion is going to defend this. We see the Miyako and the Actress, and then he's going to court games. So that puts it at 5-6. We see an Ornate Fan on the Honored General, so 7-6. Really big hands from both players here, 17 to 15. Another ornate fan on the Miyako. A third ornate fan. Yeah. Okay, so lots of ornate fans. Two can play this game, yeah. Let's see how many fans are in their decks. Scorpion only has 2 fans in his deck. Lion has 3, so we could actually see a third fan from Lion, and Scorpion wouldn't be able to answer that with another fan of his own. Let's see. Lion has a lot of fate here, so we could see him play a conflict character. If he loses this conflict, okay, so he really doesn't want to lose this conflict, obviously, because it's firing, so he wants to get his keepers, and then the Gunsos also have pride. But if he does lose, he will get to use AG here, so he'll get at least something out of it. Casual hand size of 18, yeah. A lot of cards in both players' hands. We do see the Steward of Law. So the attacker is now winning 10 to 10. We'll see if Scorpion has anything else. He has the Sinister Soshi. So I imagine we'll see a 4 Shame from Lion. Probably just on the actress. If he does 4 Shame the actress, he can just sacrifice it for the Spirit Caller anyway, so that probably wouldn't be ideal. Oh, we see the third fan. So he did have it. I'm a little bit surprised. Needs double 4 Shame here. Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't play Steward of Law with a Fate on it and then put the fan on that, so he could keep the fan for next turn. Maybe he has more cards that he wants to play that cost Fate. With 14 cards in hand, you have to imagine he has something to deal with this. We'll see if Scorpion has anything else, actually, because it looks like he's used pretty much everything he has on the board. Ooh, we have a Fate Worse Than Death on the Honored General. And he had 2 fans on him, so that's going to be a pretty big swing in this conflict. It does use up the remainder of the Scorpion player's Fate, though. So he is at 0 Fate now. We'll see if... So yeah, I think Lion just needs the double 4 Shame here. Political Fire, 7 to 10. Defender is winning the conflict. So that actually only brought him down 3 skill, it looks like. So Sinister Soshi was used on Honored General, but was he not honored? Because the Fate Worse Than Death should have dishonored him. So he was honored, right? Okay, we see 1 4 Shame in the Miyako, so I imagine he has the other one here. He got dishonored last turn from Shameful. Yeah, so shouldn't the Fate Worse Than Death have dishonored him? Oh, no, because the Steward of Law is in play. So he couldn't be dishonored. Forgot about that. Yeah, so he was only contributing 3 skill. Um, so Scorpion passes. He does have the second for shame, so this is really good. He's now actually breaking this province despite the fate worse than death. Can't use Stewart. I'm not sure what. We see a for shame on the gifted tactician, but it gets countered with a ready for battle. So this is still breaking. Another for shame. Wow. So the Scorpion player really wanting to keep this province around to sort of, yeah, in reference to the no dishonor from Fate Worse Than Death. So yeah, he couldn't be dishonored because of the Stewart. So goblinguide passes. Yeah, he's fine with winning but not breaking here. He still gets his keepers, still gets the firing. Why keep this province unless he thinks he can win? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, keeping Rally to the Cause round, you spent 2 for shames. I don't know if that's really worth it. Ooh, so he does have an assassination to discard the Akodo Genso. So he is actually trying to win this conflict. We'll see if Lion has the second Voice of Honor. It looks like it's waiting on his reaction window. If he has the Voice of Honor, I think you definitely play it. Oh, he has Stand Your Ground. Okay. So Lion is still winning 3-3. Not sure what else Scorpion can do. He's played all 3 for shames. He doesn't have any fate. He's played a court games this conflict. This has been a really long conflict. And Lion still has 10 cards in hand, so... Oh, he has 2 Sinister Soshis. I was about to say, didn't he use that ability already? But, he uses the second Sinister Soshi. So now he is actually winning. So this would be really big if Scorpion is able to win this. It would mean that both of these Gunsos are going to be dishonored. And these keepers won't come out. So we'll see if Lion has another card. Yeah, the Scorpion player could have a Way of the Scorpion. That's true. Okay, we see a second Steward of Law. So this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. I feel like it might have been a little bit better to play the Ornate Fan on a Steward that had 1 fate on it. But... okay, so it looks like Scorpion doesn't have anything else to play. So Lion is going to win that conflict. He'll get the honor on the Akodo Gunsos. He'll get to honor AG, which is very large, and he'll also get his Keeper Initiates. So that is a pretty big win for Lion there. However, this Scorpion board is still very large, so... we'll have to see what the Scorpion player does on his attack. So he takes the watering, probably because, well, not only does it have 2 fate on it, he can also use it to stand up Miyako. And he had 0 fate, so getting that 2 fate is pretty good. He's attacking Manicured Garden. Lion's gonna defend with one of his keepers, it looks like. Uses Manicured Garden to gain a fate. So, seeing as how both players just spent a lot of their cards to win that political conflict, I doubt that they're going to have many cards left for this one. We could see the Lion have a court games. He didn't play one in that other conflict. He should have... yeah, he does have 3 in his deck. But yeah, it's very possible they just have all military buffs in their hand. Or conflict characters also. Scorpion probably has at least 1 conflict character. And I think he's debating whether or not to play it here to try and break this. Okay, so he sacrifices his actress to put a spirit collar into the conflict. Now the funny thing you can do here is you can spirit collar to get the actress back, if you wanted to. And that would actually probably be good, because then actress would go on the bottom of your deck at the end of the conflict, and it represents the same amount of stats. So I think that is actually what you do. We'll see. Okay, Goblinguide passes. So he doesn't have any cards to play. We'll see if he uses the Spirit Collar. No, he doesn't. Okay. So Ikoma AG gets used to put the Death Seeker into play. This lion board is too big here. It's going behind my chat window. But yeah, I feel like that might have actually been a slight mistake not to use the Spirit Collar. Chances are it's not going to matter this game because he still has 28 cards in his Dynasty deck, but he would have been able to put the Actress back on the bottom of the Dynasty deck. Would that be a new instance of Actress so he could use her ability again? Technically yes, and not only that, he does have 2 separate Actresses in the discard pile, so it wouldn't really matter anyway. But the only thing to use the ability on would have been the Steadfast Samurai or the Death Seeker. So I'm not sure if he would have wanted to do that. He could have taken the Death Seeker just to deny it from the Lion player with AG. So it looks like he's attacking Rally to the Cause, contesting the Void Ring. So yeah, this is sort of why you don't want to keep this Rally to the Cause around, because now it's a farmable province for Lion. He was hoping he could win that conflict, but it didn't work out. So he's attacking with the Death Seeker, contesting the Void Ring. So this is a fun play because since you're contesting the Void Ring, if you win, you get to void somebody. But if you lose, you'll get to use Death Seeker's ability to take a fate off of somebody anyway. So it's kind of a win-win for the Lion player. Maybe I should make this smaller. So yeah, if this character loses a conflict as an attacker, sacrifice this character, and then you get to take a fate off of an opponent's character. So no matter what, he should be able to void off this Miyako this turn, which should be pretty strong. He defends with skill 6. Yeah, I think it makes sense to defend just because you only have your military attack left, and this is the lion's last attack, so you might as well get the ring. Yeah, so Deathseeker's ability goes off to remove that fate. And then with the unassuming Yojimbo still around, we'll probably... So this is interesting. The lion player currently has 5 standing glory. 3 from AG and 2 from the Keeper Initiate. We see a Goblin Sneak. Interesting. So he wants to use Miyako's ability. And we just see a Dishonor on the Steward of Law. That makes sense. So it looks like he's just going to attack with the Yojimbo and the Goblin Sneak. You probably just go Earth here. Air doesn't feel like it has much of an impact. However, if he wins this ring... Oh, he's afraid of Feast or Famine. And he does actually hit that. So he didn't want to go into that with his Yojimbo, because breaking Feast or Famine would mean that he could take the fate off the Yojimbo and put it on the Honored General. However, with the Lion player using a ton of political buffs this turn, there's a good chance that he now has some military buffs left in his hand. So he might be able to just buff up this Goblin Sneak anyway. Yeah, I don't think there's anything the Scorpion player can do about that. It does put Lion on 3rd break, though, for Scorpion, who is first played to push Stronghold, who will be first player. Yeah, so that is true. If Lion breaks this, or if this Lion province breaks, rather, he will have 3 breaks, and the Scorpion will be able to attack his Stronghold. He is going to defend with the AG here, so it looks like he just doesn't want this to break. So it might have actually been a mistake not to attack with the Yojimbo, because now Lion can just win this on defense, and you basically got nothing from this conflict. Well, you didn't get nothing from it. You know where Feast or Famine is now, at least. What is the... So air, water, fire... So we have Pilgrimage and Ancestral Lands left. So Ancestral Lands will be under the Stronghold, and Pilgrimage will be under this province. Yeah, so your options were either hitting Feast or Famine or hitting Pilgrimage. So Lion is going to get the favor. And he has a pretty reasonable board going into this turn. The Honored AG is a 4-6. And then 2 of Scorpion's characters, the Sneak and the Soshi, don't really contribute any skill. So his only real character, I would say, is the Yojimbo. And we see Lion... Okay, so Scorpion buys a Hiroe. Lion finds 2 Brawlers, a Kabe Guard, and a Gifted Tactician. So we see a Lion's Pride Brawler come down. Scorpion probably passes here. Yeah, he passes. So Lion maybe plays the Miwakukabe Guard or the Gifted Tactician. No, he just passes. So he could also have some conflict characters in his hand that he wants to play. So we go to the draw phase. Scorpion player bids 4. And then we see the box. So they're even on honor now. Lion player up 1 card. So automatic says, I sense some swimming lessons. So Scorpion is running 1 I can swim. However, I can swim is your bid has to be higher than an opponent's. So with 4 to 5, we won't be able to see that here. We're seeing the Scorpion player, so he knows this is Pilgrimage. He's attacking the air ring. Interesting choice. It did have 1 fate on it, so maybe he just wanted the fate. Goblinguide is not going to defend. So if Scorpion wants to break this, he needs to play a card. Of course, he could pull in one of the Keeper Initiates to dishonor it, or he could even pull in the Lion's Pride Brawler. I think you do pull in the Lion's Pride Brawler. Yeah, so we see 2 political rivals. We also see a Voice of Honor, which is turned on. Of course, Pilgrimage is breaking now. So I think what happens here is, okay, so Lion plays a political rival. So I think now, unless you have some more cards here, you just go ahead and pull in either the Brawler or the AG. So we'll see if he has another card to play. And as we expected, a lot of military buffs in Lion's hand here. And we also have a Noble Sacrifice and another Voice of Honor, which is on right now. So yeah, we see the pull on the Lion's Pride Brawler. And that's going to be it for that conflict. So I think as Scorpion you're not unhappy with that. You got to bow the Brawler and you got to draw out the political rival. Of course there's not much you can do about the military conflict for Lion here. We could even... Oof. So it looks like we're seeing an... Okay, so he's using his political attack here at Rally to the Cause. What I was thinking was we might see a charge on the Lion's Pride Brawler, but he has no fate, so he wouldn't be able to do that. So Scorpion is not really going to be able to do anything about this conflict. So I think this is actually a really strong position for Lion. Because he can break this province, he can bow the Yojimbo, and then on his military attack he can break another province with all the military buffs he has. So, okay, so we actually see the Lion's Pride Brawler get unbowed here. That's fine also. I expect we'll see the unassuming Yojimbo attack here. I guess you could just leave it to defend. We could see the Goblin Sneak go in for a poke attack. Yeah, maybe you actually do that. Nope. So he's going to attack with the Yojimbo. Pilgrimage. We'll see what ring he takes. I think you probably take the fire ring. Maybe. You don't really care if Lion gets void. Unless you think you can break this. He could have military buffs in his hand. We're going to see a defense with the Keeper Initiate. And you know Lion has plenty of military buffs, so that probably means that you're not going to win this. Or you're not going to break it at least. Goblinguide passes. So we see a bonsai. So the Goblin Sneak on defense is just going to get bowed by the Lion's Pride Brawler. But maybe he thinks he can break this. Looks like we're waiting to see... Lion player could be thinking about canceling this. We know that he does have the Voice of Honor in hand. Okay, so the bonsai goes off, 7-1 now. We'll see if the lion player plays his own bonsai. Yeah, he does. So we know he had 3 bonsais. We know he has 2 Legion of Ones. So I don't really see a way for Scorpion to break this. He can't even assassinate because the lion player has the Voice of Honor. Unless he has a Way of the Scorpion for the AG. That could be the line here. He hasn't actually seen a Way of the Scorpion yet. Let me make sure he actually has them in his deck. I don't see why he wouldn't, though. Oh wow, he actually does not have Way of the Scorpion in his deck. That is surprising. Yeah, so he won't even be able to do that. So yeah, I guess he just wanted to trade the bonsais. Yeah, 0 Way of the Scorpions. Show you the Scorpions deck here. He has the 10 conflict characters. It's an interesting deck, to say the least. Yeah. He actually has 3 Legion of Ones. So, okay, we see Scorpion play a charge on a young rumor monger. It would be nice if he had a 4 shame here, but he's already used all 3. Goblinguide passes. Yeah, there's no reason to charge the rumor monger unless you have another card to play. Oh right, the Sinister Soshi. So this will draw out the Lion's Legion of 1. We could see a Forged Edict to cancel it. He's only played 1 of those. I think I saw Lion's hand size go down by 1, so we might be waiting for him to decide if he wants to cancel. Yeah. So it looks like that is what happens. The Legion of 1 gets played, and then we see a Forged Edict with the Rumor Monger, and then he moves the Dishonor to the Meek Informant. So I think Scorpion will actually be able to break this, because Lion has no fate here. Oh wait, no, he can just play the other Legion of 1, right? It's not once per conflict. And the other thing is, we actually knew Lion had the Forged Edict, so he could have just canceled the Forged Edict. Or we knew Lion had the Voice of Honor, sorry. So yeah, kind of a weird play from Scorpion. I don't think there was really a way for him to win that. Pilgrimage is going to cancel the ring effect, so he doesn't really get a whole lot out of that. He did make Lion burn both of his Legion of Ones in his hand, so I guess that's something. But we're going to see Lion be able to break a province here with the Brawler and the Keeper Initiate, probably. And he's going after Shameful Display. So he doesn't want to give Scorpion that extra card. Contesting the Fire Ring. Scorpion will defend. And I imagine we'll see a... No, even if he has Bonsai, he shouldn't play it, because Lion will just Bonsai his Lion's Pride Brawler and then value. Yeah, attacking Shameful is kind of strange. We are going to see the Lion's Pride Brawler get dishonored. And Goblin Sneak gets bowed. So yeah, I think you just have to let this break. There's not really much you can do here. Fire Ring. So he can re-honor. He can either re-honor his Brawler or he can dishonor the Heroe. We'll see what Scorpion does. He has one Fate. But this is a military conflict. So I don't think there's even a character he could play. Yeah, there's no characters he could play here. He could play a charge. He has one charge left, but you don't really want to have to charge the Blackmail Artist. And even then the Lion can just box. Oh wow, he does charge the Blackmail Artist. So yeah, Lion uses box. So Scorpion maybe Bonsais here. But we know Lion has 2 Bonsais left in hand. So he'd just be trading it. Yeah, I'm not sure why you charge there. I think you just have to let it break. Scorpion player is thinking. Okay, he is going to use a Bonsai. So I imagine we'll see the Lion counter Bonsai. The Scorpion has used all 3 of his 4 shames already. So he won't be able to 4 shame here. I think that would be the only reason you charge the Blackmail Artist, is if you still have a 4 shame left. But even then, we know that Lion has a cancel. Oh, wait. So Voice of Honor is actually turned off now because the Goblin Sneak is honored. And we see a Forged Edict to cancel the Bonsai from the Lion player. So it looks like Scorpion will actually save this from breaking, but the Lion still gets the ring effect to re-honor the Lion's Pride Brawler. Interesting. So we see the third Kitsu Spirit Caller. So what he could do this turn is do the Spirit Caller chain, where you Spirit Caller a Spirit Caller, and then use that to get the other Spirit Caller, and then use that to get something else. And so the other two go back to the bottom of your deck. And yeah, Lion going first with potentially, and yeah, he does play the second Lion's Pride Brawler. So he should be able to just bow out Scorpion's board here. Goblinguide bids 5 to 4. Of course, that also means... Oh, no, it doesn't. Never mind. Well, yeah, so what I imagine we'll see is if the Lion's Pride Brawler's attacks, he'll just defend with Heroe so he can pull somebody to make them bow. But we'll still see the rival get a free attack. Voice of Honor is turned on again. So we see the two Lion's Pride Brawlers attacking Shameful again. Interesting. So if this happens... Yeah. So you definitely defend with Heroe now, so you can use Shameful. I'm not sure why you attack Shameful. Because this is gonna turn off the Voice of Honor. Why is he defending with the Manipulator? He has to defend with Heroe here so he can pull somebody. Okay. He does have the favorable ground, I guess. Maybe he wants to use Legion of One on the Manipulator so it can't be bowed. Okay, we see Shameful Display used. So Lion should bow the Manipulator. He bows Heroe. I don't agree with that. Ooh, we have a ready for battle. So he could have the other ready for battle in hand as well. No, it looks like he doesn't. Interesting. So yeah, now he should favorable ground in and pull the AG. Of course, if he has... what's it called? Legion of One, he should play it now. Yeah, I disagree with Lion attacking Shameful here. He hasn't played any Legion of One yet, and he has 3 of them in his deck, so it's very likely he has one in his hand here. I'm not sure why you leave Heroe at home if you only have one ready for battle. In fact, I'm not even sure why you use the ready for battle on him if you have the Legion of One. So maybe he just got unlucky and hasn't drawn a Legion of One yet. The Scorpion player passes. This is... I have to imagine that this is definitely a mistake. I mean, it depends on what's in his hand, but not using favorable ground on Hiroe. Okay, now he uses Legion of One. I guess it wasn't breaking before, so he just waited. He is winning now. Ooh, we see a charge on Toturi. And this is the firing, so that is going to hurt. I still definitely want him to favorable ground Hiroe in and pull the AG. Otherwise, I think you just lose on the next attack. Unless you have another Fate Worse Than Death. He's only played one. How many does he have? 2. So there's one left in his deck. We see another Legion of One. And a fine katana. City of Lies gets used. So it's possible he just wants to use that ability before it gets broken. Just in case he wants to play an event later. Goblinguide passes. Fate Worse Than Death incoming, question mark. Yeah, if he has the Fate Worse Than Death, you might just play it now. Oh, we see a Calling in Favors, okay. So he's going to steal that fine katana. Yeah, this is probably as good a place as any to use the Calling in Favors, because the Lion player has already played all 3 of his fans and discarded a katana, so that was actually the last attachment in the Lion player's deck. So, might as well use the Calling in Favors there. We'll see if the Lion player has anything else. Does he have a bonsai left? I can't remember if I think he only played 2 bonsais. Yeah, so he does have 1 bonsai left. So it looks like despite everything, Lion is going to be able to break this. I don't know what else Scorpion could have that could prevent this from breaking. He could have his own fine katana. No, he doesn't have any katanas in his deck. Yeah, this is a pretty weird game. So if this breaks, Lion will be able to attack the stronghold this turn. He could have a Yojimbo. So I guess Scorpion hasn't given up yet, but I think as soon as Scorpion gives up this conflict, he should move in the Hiroe with favorable ground and use his ability to pull the AG. So maybe he's just waiting on that. Okay, we see an Adept of Shadows. that is going to prevent the break. Of course, despite all of this, the lion player still will likely win this conflict and trigger the double firing. Adaptive Shadows is a good card to have here, though, because you're going to be able to reuse her. We see a Steward of Law from Lion. That is enough to put him back in breaking range. So Scorpion still needs another card. So I think it's likely the Scorpion does not have the other Fate Worse Than Death here. If you have that, I think you probably play it on the Toturi. Instead of using the Calling in Favors, maybe. Or you could have even played it on the Lion's Pride Brawler at the start, so he wouldn't have been able to bow your hero away. He sacrifices favorable ground to send Adaptive Shadows home. I really dislike this play. So I think what you should have done is probably just defend with the Heroe at the start. Yeah, why send Adapt home and not Manipulator? I'm guessing you meant. Yeah, a lot of weird plays here. Not being able to use the Heroe's ability to pull in that AG is, I think, going to come back to hurt him. Because now the Lion player has, what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 political skill, plus the favor. It looks like the Scorpion's going to try and get a water ring here, and then he'll be able to bring Adaptive Shadows back to his hand to defend. So we'll see if the Lion player defends this or not. The Scorpion player also spent a lot more cards than the Lion player did that conflict. So we're at a hand size of 5 to 10. Goblinguide defends with the political rival. Interesting. So yeah, you don't. Yeah, that seems like the right decision. Obviously, you don't want him to get the water ring to bow the AG here. Goblinguide passes. I imagine the Scorpion player will pass as well. So I think Lion. Ooh, we have a Spies at Court. So we'll see what gets discarded. It is a Court Games and an I Can Swim. So the court games definitely hurts, because we're going to go into a political conflict here. Adaptive Shadows returns to the hand. So knowing that Lion had 2 Spies at Court in his deck, he could have actually played that court games to dishonor the rival, so that the Spies of Court wouldn't come out. So we have an 11 strength attack at Pilgrimage. Yeah, and again, not being able to pull somebody with the Hiroe really hurt him, I think. Yamaneko just passes and says good game. So that is going to be the game. Some questionable plays that last turn. I think you actually just have to defend with Hiroe in that first conflict. And then you can honor him and dishonor one of the Lion's Pride Brawlers. And then pull in the AG. I don't know, it's hard to say how that would have gone differently. He wouldn't have been able to play the Legion of Ones unless he left the Manipulator at home. He could have defended with Hiroe and then Legion of One first actioned, so he wouldn't have been able to bow him. But yeah, either way, Goblinguide is going to take that game. And he will move on to the top 8. It looks like he'll be playing against either Handsome Dan on Lion or Sandy Bell on Phoenix. I think Handsome Dan was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here. But yeah, we were just talking the other day about how there were a lot of Scorpions in the top 16 here. And that is now 1 less Scorpion. We will have a Scorpion mirror coming out of this bracket here. So it'll be Scorpion versus either Lion or Phoenix in the top 4 there. And then on this side, we have some Scorpions and Cranes, and then a Scorpion and a Dragon. So I think the clans that are no longer... The clans that have been eliminated so far are Crab and Unicorn. 3... I'm missing one, aren't I? 1, 2... No, just Crab and Unicorn, yeah. Alright, well, it looks like that's going to do it for today. Yeah, thanks for watching.